Hello. I don't I saw one waiting. I'm assuming that might be Angel. I would not like to talk about my hair right now. So, I'm just putting off cleaning my house cuz I got the video done yesterday, the BRAFA video, the Live Aid Blacklist video, which is doing horribly by the way, which is fine. Like I knew it would. But um the plan was to do like water changes for my little fish and clean. But since I decided to do a little bit of an announcement about taking a break from Live Aid and doing some Beatles stuff next, I thought it'd be good to just say hi and touch base with everybody and say, I'm not gone forever. Like I'm not I'm still your Beatles boy the way I've always been your Beatles boy. So I'm still here. Uh and we can talk about Beatles stuff. If anybody wants to talk about Beatles stuff, I'm here for that. Um, so we'll see if that interests anyone. Right now, I'm just seeing one person here. So, and if we do, like, if it's a tiny little stream again, then we can do, uh, a crazy little reading like we did last time. So, I'm gonna entertain myself for a minute because I can. Hey, Angel's here. Okay, cool. Um, but yeah, I don't know. We got up to one person or three people for a second and dropped back down. Oh, we've got five people here. But yeah, basically, I just wanted to like touch base with everybody and say, I'm taking a little bit of a Live Aid break to do some Beatles stuff and um just kind of, get back to my roots, go home for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Uh and just make sure that I'm feeling happy and comfortable. And that's kind of, the Beatles will do that. I mean, just because I cry doesn't mean that they don't make me happy. So anyway, I'm hoping that whatever Beatles video I put out next, I won't be crying too much. Because in the Live Aid video, I swear to God, the only time I cry, well, that's not true because I put out chapter 9. It was chapter 9, right, Angel, where I cried a lot? Or was it chapter 8? Chapter 9 is every 10 years. So chapter 8, it was chapter 8 where I cried a lot. But it was like kind of funny because I would like dunk in like all new and happy and sassy and I'd be like, "Huh, that's interesting." like while I was crying and I would pop in and be like, I think that's funny." So, I don't know. It's been an interesting few weeks, that's for sure. Just trying to like kick, scratch, and beat myself out of like an extremely bad depressive episode. You guys know how it goes. So, anyway, how's everybody's Friday going? Everybody doing okay out there? Anyone got something to share with the class? I've got that song stuck in my head. I don't even know like current music, but it's the one that's like, I wanna kiss you on the mouth, or like kiss me on the mouth, or whatever that song is. Da 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 da. I got it stuck in my head, and it's annoying the shit out of me. You just watch Mochi's. He's having tum tum issues. Oh, Mochi's really cute. It's one of those little white dogs. I've always had big dogs. Okay, why? I just got onto Reddit. I just got onto Reddit. Why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do this? I just clicked on Reddit. There's no need for this shit. I was doing fine. A multi-poo. Okay. A multi-po. Sometimes when I'm really depressed, I go and look up names of like doodle mixes and they're hilarious. Anyway, so what do you guys want to talk about? I was thinking we could talk a little bit about the anthology release, which I'm not doing an anthology video. I'm so sorry, guys. I just do not have the brain or the brawn or the booty to do. I do have the boobs, but I do not have the brain, the brawn, or the booty to do an anthology video right now. But I am going to do a watch through on Patreon. We're all gonna snuggle up, and we're all gonna do a watch through together. Um, Meaning like 5 people are gonna come in and out. Have you checked out the Anthology remasters? I haven't because I suck. Like I I love that I look like what's his name from the Little Rascals. Anyway, um I haven't yet. I haven't because I wanted it to be like a singular experience. I wanted to have my little headphones in, and I wanted to do it with Patreon and well, I couldn't tell if Alfalfa. Yep, that's the one. I didn't know if I wanted to do, like, it with Patreon or if I wanted to have it alone first. Like, I know that's really dumb, but it's like, sometimes I just wanna do some stuff alone, you know? "Oh, hey, Chris. Hi, guys. On a bus right now." Very nice. Let's see. Saw a cool video on Facebook. They had a butcher a cover with a trunk cover on the other side. Very rare. Back when I was 15, I started my Beatles collection at my trusty neighborhood record shop. Um, I happened to get a pressing that had the Beatles on one side, a Beatles solo on the other side. Being a naive teenager, I returned it because I wanted the correct copy. Little did I know, LOL, I wasn't meant to be rich. Hope your day is going well. Isn't that great? That's a message I got from Patreon. That is so funny. Can you imagine? Oh, knowing now, like, oh shit, I had the butcher cover and I let it go. Oh, what a story. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Does anybody have anybody have any really crazy rare Beatles pressings or anything like that? The most weird thing I have outside of some books is and this isn't Beatles really. It's the Backbeat laser disc, which I think is really cool personally. Um, I just think that's really neat, and my partner got it for me thinking it was a record, right? And then they got home and they were like, "Wow, I'm stupid." And I was like, "No, I think that this is amazing, you know? I think that this is so great. I love this so much." But yeah, I think that I'm glad Tim shared that with us. That's really crazy. Can you imagine just being like, "I had a butcher cover, but I thought it was the wrong one, so I returned it." Ugh, whoopsie. Oops. Actually, I started a butcher cover video. Um, let's see. It's under I've got other videos. Let's see what other videos I have in here. Get back yesterday and today, butcher covers. Top 10. I'm not sure what top 10 meant. Oh, was this the top 10 photos for the photo video with Fathom? Um, Movie saw shows, Beatle picks. Oh, okay. It's not rare, but the songtrack album for Yellow Submarine has good different mixes. Oh, I got a George Martin. Hang on. I only have 8 people here, so I'm gonna lose. Just tell everybody to wait a second. Wait a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, so I was really excited to find this when I was at Half Price Books the other day. This is the Help um orchestration. I was super pumped about this. Some years ago, a tall, soft-spoken young man studied composition, oboe, and piano at the London Guildhall School of Music. Little did the professors at this venerable institution imagine that their brilliant classical scholar would eventually be tickling the keyboard on recordings such notables as the Beatles and Billy J. Kramer, and would be the artist and repertoire director responsible for the amazing total of over 100 million records sold throughout the world. Of course, George Martin is a talented gentleman under discussion. I love how people wrote back then. This is crazy. And his fame has spread all over the globe as the gifted producers of hits by the Beatles, Jerry and the Pacemakers, Billy J. Kramer, Cilla Black, Shirley Bassey, Rolf Harris, among others. In addition, George has been hailed for his deft scoring of A Hard Day's Night, the sock debut film by those fabulous Beatles, and Ferry Cross the Mersey, which starred Jerry and the Pacemakers. Of late, another facet of the ample talents of George Martin has come to the fore. After years of creating top platter success for other artists, Martin himself has firmly become established as a bestseller via several superb instrument albums and singles, which have hit the charts in America and his native Great Britain. George Martin's album Help simply had to be done. There is nobody, which is funny because he wasn't involved in Help, right? Anyway, um, well, it's a story. It's a story. It's a story. Okay. Simply had to be done. There is nobody in the world who is more familiar with the music of the Beatles, and there is nobody in the world who has worked more closely with these unbelievable lads. Martin firmly believes that John Lennon and Paul McCartney rank amongst the best songwriters to emerge in the past decade, in the past world, the entire world. That's my opinion. And he treats their dazzling compositions with complete respect and bestows upon each of their new numbers his own distinctive imagination and his own distinctive touch. The unprecedented popularity of the Beatles, their motion picture, A Hard Day's Night, and the music from this blockbuster production has been the talk of the entertainment industry. There is every reason to believe that Help will be received in just as overwhelming a fashion. There is nobody, but nobody, better equipped to showcase this wonderful music than our own and the Beatles recording director, the great George Martin. Isn't that awesome? So anyway, we found it is not in good shape, by the way. It is not in good shape. It's My partner was looking at it and was like, I don't know, man. And I was like, I don't know, man. And then I was like, oh, hey, dummy tree. It's good to see you here too. But I decided that I wanted it really badly. But I'm not gonna actually pull the vinyl out right now, but it is not in great shape at all. But I was excited to find it. And it was only $9, but sorry, didn't mean to hit the mic. It was only $9 for a reason. I can tell you guys that. It's got some scrapes on it, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to like film a video with me listening to it for the Help video, because I'll be in my living room. So I'm like, how exactly do I get my mic in there for that? Because I'm not getting my audio on my phone. RIP to when I used to do that. Borderline heresy, but sometimes beat up records to an extent has a certain charm. You can tell they were loved. No, it's not heresy at all. I think it's great. I think it's great. There's something about them that's really like, it's like the smell of an old book. You know what I'm talking about? Um, there are some books, and it kind of sucks because I love the smell of an old book, but there are some Beatles books I have that are, original print, and they're just they're scary to read because I don't want to I don't want to break the binding. Is the Technica player to your satisfaction? Yes. We got the dummy, like the most idiot proof. Yeah, Thomas says, know exactly what you mean about the books. Like, hang on. I've got one of my favorite books is the Stepford Wives, okay? And I love it so much. It smells like an old book, but it is in great shape. It is like look at this. I've reread it so many times. But look, woo, And then there's my George book that everyone has seen. If you're here live, you've seen how beat the shit my George book is. I just open it now. I'm just like, look at it. It's broken. Like it's done. And it's not even an original pressing. It's like the second run. So, but let's see here. Anyway, no, we got the most idiot proof dumb record player that we could find, because Jared and I are not like record people, or we weren't. It's, I wish that someone would have warned me that once you have a record player, you want to get more and more and more records. Jesus Christ. And I know my hair is a mess, guys. We don't need to, you know, I agree. Actually, I think the second book I ever read in English was Albert Goldman's book on Lennon. Controversial, I know, found at a library sale. That's so funny. That's an interesting. What's your first language? No, that's an interesting first read or second read. Um I got to tell you, library sales, that's where I got my Paul is Dead magazine. My first language is French. Okay. Okay, so you can read the Maureen interview in French. I wish that I was still like at least conversational in German. I can barely remember anything. I wish that I could read anything in German, because I would read not Paul, weird, Klaus's book. And there's bunches of, yeah, Mach Schau, Geschichte, what did he say? Geschichte something, I don't remember. But I and like you I still have the proper pronunciation sometimes, like, Auschwitz, it's Auschwitz, so, like, those are things that um I don't know. It's like I wish that I still had it. Something my one of my German professors told me is like, if you don't use it, you lose it. And boy did I lose it, you know. There's a parody of what? What's the parody of? I'm still the only one mystified by the girl that did the painting that predicts the fool on the hill sequence in Mr. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. Here's a question. Are you going to finish the complete Beatles docs on Patreon? Yes, I am. I promise, Angel. Maybe that's what I should do this weekend, right? Because I've got time tomorrow. I can probably do it. I should um ungross the Flugzeug. Yeah, okay. Um Which interview in French did you mean? I don't think I can send you the link, but it's the only interview outside of the ones that she did for the All You Need Is Love book, which is now available. Well, it's now available, The Love You Make, the Peter Brown and Stephen Gaines books. So that one was in English, but she did one interview in French with the Les Chroniqueur. I don't know how to say that, but it's a pretty intense interview. I have it translated into English, but I'm sure that the original is in French. Um, you'd have to look into it. I talked about it in my Beatles and domestic violence video. So the source is in there if you want to take a look at it. Yeah, it's so Dummy Tree. If you go click on my Beatles DV video, it should be in the sources there. Now, that is the English version, but then that could lead you to the French version. And the thing is that you j- you just don't get all of the nooks and crannies unless if you're reading from the original language. Like in Squid Game season 1, there's some things that are like even more heartbreaking if you knew Korean more precisely, because of just words like, you might say the word might say brother to us, or like, or just someone's first name, but the like the suffix means something else, and I'm not gonna say exactly what it is, but it makes the scene in the dialogue extremely heartbreaking, and the scene was already hard. So it's like, oh no, I wish I hadn't known that. Um, I don't know how this what the melody is. That wir fahren auf der Autobahn. Oh God. Let's see. It's a mockumentary on Weird Al, came out in the 80s. I gotta tell you, the Weird Al video with Daniel Radcliffe was extremely fun. It came out a couple years ago. We really liked it. We've been seeing some good movies recently. Some good movies out there recently. Um, let's see. Uh, obviously Sinners was probably the best of the year, I think. And then obviously seeing Weapons with the intro of Beware of Darkness was really neat. So that was cool. Check out Frankenstein. I'll have to check it out for sure. We're losing people. We're hemorrhaging watchers here. But that's okay. I'm pretty boring anyway. What should we let's complete edit. Complete Beatles finishing Complete Beatles. We'll add that. Finishing the Complete Beatles watch through tomorrow for Patreon. That'll be fun. We had fun last time because even though my car started causing issues in the middle of it, we had fun because I stopped and started going really crazy about watching George in like I was like, look at his feet. Look at his feet. Like, look at how George dances on stage. Look at him. Look at my boy. Like, I just get really excited sometimes. So, yeah, I really do wanna watch Frankenstein. It's on Netflix, right? I only have a couple more days until my Netflix subscription goes away because Netflix be expensive these days, and we have ways to, procure items if we want it. So, man, I gotta tell you, my hair feels like straw right now. Let's see here. Starkey family piggyback. Do, 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 do. See. Yeah, same to HBO, went up to $11. Well, I'm on my mom's now. I finally got off Angels, and I'm logged into my mom's now. Well, I might be logged into Angels on my computer, but that's okay. Angel's just gonna deal with that until I'm done with the live feed video. He's just dealing with it. He gets onto his HBO and just sees that the Live Aid documentary has most recently been watched. He's like, "Oh, well, that's not surprising." I guess that's not surprising. Anyway, I don't know. It's a Friday. It's nice and sunny out here. I need to clean. I need to do water changes for my fish. I really need to clean. My desk is a mess, you guys. It's so bad. It's so bad. And it's so much easier to focus on stuff when I don't have so much shit all over. But I've just come to accept that the wall is going to be like this for at least a few more months after I work on the next couple Beatle videos. But that's okay. It looks so good. Like, it looks so good that I'm fine with it. And plus, I have this half. Like, I can still use it for other stuff. Hi, what's your thoughts on the Paul is dead theory? Everybody has to be insane sometimes. It's gotta be the most insane, improbable conspiracy theory I've ever heard. Like, it is impossible. All of the Paul is dead, um, like, proof, it's all out of consecutive order. It's completely not chronological. All of the things that it's yeah, stoner conspiracy. Yeah, it's definitely like, wow, they really were doing acid in the 60s, and I think the best, like, one of the more insane things from the Paul is dead conspiracy is now this. Oh, I feel kind of bad, but we were talking about it one time and I had a lot more people on the stream for this. There's a channel called Justice for James Paul McCartney, and they are just obsessed with the Paul is dead thing. And you go and you'll watch and see their community posts, and it's like 50 community posts in a day. And it's people that I think, like, your brain's a little broken and you're obsessed. If you like legitimately believe it, your brain's a little broken. Like, it's Paul is alive. Like, if you just look at him, there are things that you can't make from plastic surgery. I cringe every time I read fall in comment sections. Yeah, me too. Or like when people will say like, "Oh, here's this video, Olivia, you can hear her saying Billy." And it's like, "No, you can't. Like she's not saying that." And you're purposely hearing that. It's got to be one of the crazier things with the Beatles, maybe the craziest thing in the Beatles. Um, they've been on here before on Vinyl Fridays too. Yeah, they were here on my Paul is Dead video. They showed up. And there's been a couple of other Beatle videos that they showed up on mine, like really early videos. Hey Derek, and I was like, oh buddy. Um but I think the weirdest thing that I saw recently was this comment. You guys want to hear this? It's like this crazy hate comment against sin. You guys want to hear this? Oh my God. Hang on. Let me find it. It was crazy. I replied, and it was on Skylar Moody's thing. So I felt kind of bad because I was starting drama, but I was like, I just go, girl, get help. I was like, "Girl, get some help. Jesus Christ." Let me see if I still have it. If I still have it, I'll read it. But I don't think I oh, no, I don't think I do. Okay, hang on. I have it, but revert. Okay, revert to original. Okay. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, this thing is so long. Okay. This is the hatiest this is from and I'm just gonna call her out. Angie the Beatles girl on Instagram. Cause fuck you, Angie. Oh no, if these biopics are gonna include the story of Cynthia Powell, then I'm not going to listen to them. I say this because Cynthia was a horrible person who treated John dreadfully, and she poisoned Julian's mind against him. It makes me angry that people want to portray Cynthia as if she's some kind of saint, when in reality, she was the devil dressed into a woman. It also makes me very angry that people never talk about how she had many affairs while John was touring with the Beatles. Then, when the Beatles stopped touring, Cynthia continued to have various affairs. She even had an affair with the man who became her second husband, and also with Magic Alex, who was supposed to be John's friend. I blame Cynthia Lillian Powell for all the hateful comments that people make about both John and Yoko, because she started spreading a whole bunch of lies about them to Julian, and it's sad that people believe her. It should also be mentioned that after John went to heaven, the evil Cynthia sold lots of John's personal items that she had in her possession. Okay. When she was asked why she was selling the items, she said that she wanted to get rid of all the dead wood. Then, when asked what she was going to do with the money, she said she was going to give her back her security, which according to her, she lost when she was gobbled up by his legend. So if they're going to talk about Cynthia Powell, they better say how dreadful she was and stop making her look like a saint. What the fuck did I just read? What the fuck did I just read? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Do y'all know anything about the Bowman remix? We're not going to talk about Ram right now because I don't know anything about that. Um, the same rumor could have been started about John in '69. He looked different. Yeah, he really did look different. Like, he looked extremely different from '66 to '68. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just don't understand. That's the first time I've ever heard somebody shit on Cynthia. Like, what do you mean? Oh, my mom's calling me. Mom, I'm on live. I gotta text her. Hey, I'm on live stream. Is everything okay? Her bio was like big fan of John and Yoko, and it's like, okay. They tried to make a big deal. They tried to make a big deal out of the broken tooth from the motor scooter accident Paul had. I don't think that ever had any effect on the narrative. No, it's stupid. Like, and it was so early. Like, it was the the timing is so out of it, where they're like, "He died in '66, he died in '67, he died in '68," and the concept that, like, um this fake Paul could write, like, really good songs and stuff is crazy to me. Crazy to me. Like, it's not possible. I don't know. Man, Beatles fan mail. Uh, yeah, Cynthia got treated well, of course. No, she didn't. Yeah, no, she didn't. Like, it's just Cynthia was treated really poorly, and that's not like, nobody disagrees with that, it's finding 2 talented guys like that, wow, with the same voice as well. Yeah, exactly. And there's seriously no amount of plastic surgery that could make you, like, have the nose wrinkle or the same mannerisms. The mannerisms were down pat, it's just not possible. I've never read A Twist of Linen. It's a good book, it's pretty illuminating for sure. Um, I'm sure that girl that I just read the comments would have hated it, but it's pretty good, I gotta tell you. But, I like all of the sort of entourage books, really. I think that they're mostly pretty, like, intense, you know? I wonder some of the stuff where it's like if you wrote it in the '70s or '80s, and then you look at people's conversations later on, they've changed a lot. But people were so young when they first, like, were writing about John and stuff. It's just hard to know. It did make for an interesting discussions when people were watching the Rain paperback writer promos. Yeah. Yeah, and his face was all, like, swollen and stuff. Cynthia, Patty Boy, Jane Asher were all treated poorly. The sacrifice until it took on to be with one of the 4. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Harry. Hey, Nye. Congrats again on the Live Aid, doc. Thank you. Thanks. Fantastic work. Thank you. I'm so tired. I'm glad to have it up. Um, the most important reviews on the App Store. Shh, sorry. The most important response that I've gotten was from Leon himself, and he liked it and said that he had no criticisms, and that was really what, like, meant everything to me. So I just wanted that. Like, I wanted to do something that made him happy and proud, and being trusted to tell that story was really important to me. And so it's always hard, like, when you are writing a story about a subject that you care about, because you're supposed to remain as unbiased as possible, but you want to make your sources feel happy. And so I always get really nervous putting stuff out. Yeah, Leon's great. Leon was a star. Yeah. I'm lost. What are you talking about? I'm using a translator. I'm talking about the Live Aid video I put out yesterday. And Leon, he messaged me and told me he liked it. It was actually in a voice memo, so now I have it forever. It makes me really happy. So I get to hear him approve. It makes me super happy. So, yeah. Hi, Harry. I'm tired, but I'm good. I remember when you told me that you were going to talk to Leon. Yeah, I was going to keep it a secret, but then I couldn't. But, it's been really fun, like, keeping in touch with him. He's really great, and having putting that video out has been really, like, challenging, making sure that everything was as accurate as possible, and, like, just even the captions of the interviews that was hard, to make sure that everything was, like, as accurate as possible. And there's a bunch of people that are being mentioned that I've never heard of, like, at all. So I'm like, "Who are these people?" And so I had to bother Emma, I had to bother Leon and be like, "Who's this? Who's this? Who's this?" Thank you, Naya. Nye, I never know how to say your name. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, to everyone who actually watched it, I really appreciate it. It just came out, so, like, and it's 2 hours, so I won't be surprised if you haven't seen it yet. Um, and I know it's not Beatles, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're not gonna watch it at all, but, like, it is probably the most important thing I've ever made as far as video goes. So, yesterday yesterday, I had to study, and it took so much of my willpower not to watch it, but I'll watch it later today. Um, um, yeah, no, I understand. You should put your schoolwork first always. Um, Alan, I saw your message. Thank you. No, Leon was so sweet. Like he was just really like open to hearing us talk and he's really funny and stuff. There was a lot that I not cut when he was talking about his story, but like when we were just talking, because our first phone call was just like us kind of talking and him kind of sussing me out and realizing that I wasn't some like weird scammer that was like my bangs are not this even uneven, I promise. They're just like really poofy. Okay. Yeah, Angel said, "I watch it on Patreon and YouTube." I love his comment about Bob and his Irish roots. Yeah, he was really funny. Like, and I like the part where he was like, "And he would give you vitamin F." And he's just like, he just did not care. Do you think you'll hear anything from Geldof camp? No. No, I don't think that they even pay attention to any sort of criticism, you know? And if even if they do, it doesn't matter. Like, they already did their 40th anniversary stuff, so they're good for, like, another 10 years. They're not gonna be paying attention, right now, Bob is really outspoken about Israel, so that's, like, his focus, and he just doesn't care. He doesn't care. Everything that I said and put out is stuff he's already heard, and his responses have not changed for 40 years. Like, and it's not gonna change, so I'm not gonna hear anything. He's not litigious. Camp Geldof, Band-Aid, 8 Miles, none of them are litigious. The only time that they've ever been litigious or complain or add, like, a big complaint was when the BBC went really hard against them. So, that was the only time where they had to do that, but otherwise, they're not gonna say anything to me. Um, Harry says, "Your work is genuinely master's degree reference level. No one is doing it in the game like you." Thank you, Harry. Um, that was definitely worth as putting out as a standalone video. Yes. Thank you. I agree too. I kind of went back and forth on it, and then I realized, like, specifically the Braffa Square folks, Hackney Council wanted to be like I felt like they needed something. If I was going to put out anything about their story, I wanted something that they could reasonably share to people. And like 2 hours is pretty insane, but 12 hours or whatever it's going to wind up being is too much. Like, so, and it'd be like, well, this is 5 hours in. So you're going to need to skip to 5 hours in to read or to watch the Braffa story. And I was like, that just seems like problematic and not cool. And, I wanted to make it like good. And I wanted to make it as accessible as a Lars Land video can be, which is not very accessible. Like, nobody's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna put my 2 hours aside for this stranger." Like, you guys will, but it's because you, like, know me now. Just saw this, currently hard boiling eggs. I'm going through a hard boiling eggs, uh, like, era right now, actually. But, yeah, I'm glad I did it. Stayed alone. It's not getting very many views, but that's okay. It was digestible in that form, yeah, and, like, the thing is that I wanted Leon to tell everything that Leon said that was about Braffa, about "Let's make Africa green again," everything that he said about Ethiopia was in the video. Like, everything that wasn't there, like, when he talked about, like, some personal issues and stuff that he's gone through and stuff like that didn't make it in the video. But and like us like joking around and kind of getting to know each other didn't make it in the video because I was like, you guys don't care about this, like about me, getting to know this guy. But let's see. I'm so sorry my comments on those videos rubbed you the wrong way. It was not my intent. I was very impressed by your journalistic skills. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. I do just get extremely defensive because if people want to know my name or links to my work, I'm like, "Who are you? Who are you?" Like, because people really early on when I was small, like, they found me, they found out stuff about, like, my personal life, somebody found out information about my medical issues, like, I'm like, "Who the hell are you?" Like, because I make, like, dinky ass Beatle videos, I make Beatle videos, like, essentially, if you were watching my videos, what I'm doing is reading a bunch of books and putting information from books together. Like, that is all I do, like, so it's like, you don't need my credibility for that. Like, all you're saying is like, "Oh, person read book, put quote from book next to other quote from book." Like, those are my videos, you know? So it's like, I'm just like, yeah, you don't need to see I've had people be really creepy. So, like, without sharing my information. But Mark, I appreciate your apology. I do. Because, Angel and I, yeah, Angel saying he appreciates it as well. Angel and I were legitimately upset about it because we just know how weird people can be about finding information. And it is just unusual and, like, I work my ass off to be a freelance reporter, but all it would take is someone finding my editor's contact information, one editor, to make sure I never wrote in my state again. And, like, that would make a big dent in, being able to pay bills. So it's just, and I just don't wanna make anybody in my real life uncomfortable or people be able to find out information about my partner. Like, so it's just, you know, like I said, I'm basically collating information about the Beatles and, occasionally saying funny stuff or crying, and that's all I have to offer. It's not very much, so, like, my credibility doesn't need to be proven by those things. But, yeah, you never know, and the weird thing, not Mark's comment, was when somebody was like, um I'm trying to think of what it was. I don't remember, but, like, somebody yeah, no, it's just people say all kinds of stuff. People be weird. People be weird as hell sometimes. The level of vindictiveness is bizarre, but now I understand better where you're coming from. Thank you. Yeah, people are weird, and they've been weirder to smaller creators for way less, and, like, my attitude and my personality is extremely grating. Um, I'm not the nice one, like, I know that about myself. Like, I'm very intense and I'm not super likable, and so I am, like, defensive and protective of my privacy because I'm like, "Yeah, I know I'm a dick." Like, I know that about me. So, I'm not gonna, like, be loose and fast with my information, and people, like, have been weird about Abigail DeVoe stuff, like, super weird about Abby's stuff, super weird, and so it's like, if that is my future at all, like, to get bigger, then you gotta be careful. Athena has gotten accused of not being nice, so I feel you. Oh, Athena's a badass. Athena's cool as hell. Shit. Why am I tired? Why am I tired? Dude. I don't know, it's just one of those days, I guess. Yeah. No, it's just, it's weird. Like, people can be weird and, especially, like, men. I've had a couple people that are unusual, but, like, you never know. You just never know, and I just wanna be safe because there are horror stories out there, and people just sometimes make me uncomfortable, So it's like, "Okay, thanks. No. No, thank you." I try to keep, you know, um, my Lars Land and my Lars writing separate, but oh, Okay. Yeah, which makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, it's just, um, especially with Abigail. Yeah, it's just weird. People are very weird with, um perhaps I missed it, but what was the trouble that you had with the Bangladesh clips? So I cut it, and I made some changes to the video and re-uploaded it. But in the beginning of during the little Bangladesh introduction, I had a speech from Ravi that I kept in there that struck copyright, and I had a couple other things, just like footage um that overlaid on my talking that struck copyright too, which is crazy. Like it's but I wanted Ravi's little speech because it was just saying like we want you to listen to the music and understand like the tragedy we're dealing with here. It was just a really moving speech and I thought that that would have been really wonderful to be able to show um people who were affected by the difficulties that were being fundraised for, talking specifically and directly about it to the audience, but it's crazy. Like, it's the difference I just am still flabbergasted that Bob Geldof still just doesn't see I don't get it. Like, I just some George content gets insta banned, which is insane. Like early demos of tracks like "I'll Still Love You" when every song is sung. I can understand why there's a crackdown, but if they won't, yeah, like I don't. But if they won't reissue content or keep it archived, a copyright strike is so stupid, especially in the state of journalism. I just wanted that speech from Ravi. Like, and another thing I got struck on was putting in the interview, which is a press conference from the AP. Like, it should not be struck. That is pretty insane. Oh, Hayes, oh my god. I had a strike when I did my Live Aid video. I wanted to use the clip where Elton John is introducing George Michael. Oh yeah. I think that my Live Aid stuff is gonna get struck in pretty bad. Oh, hey guys, I gotta get off here. I gotta go call my mom. So I'm sorry, but mama comes first. Okay, guys. All right. I love you guys so much. Okay. But I got to go call my mama. All right. And y'all come back now. You hear you guys go call your moms if they're good moms. All right. Love you guys. All right. Bye.